My beloved child, something unusual is moving toward you today, and the heavens are not whispering about it. They are roaring. This message carries a weight your spirit can already feel, because the moment you read the date December 3, something inside you stirred. It is not coincidence. It is not imagination. It is the stirring of a divine appointment that Archangel Michael has been guarding over your life. You are being prepared for a prophetic encounter, but before that moment reaches you, you are being pulled here to this very message because there is something you must hear first. Something that will shape how you receive what is coming. And Archangel Michael is stepping forward, sword of light drawn, saying, "Do not ignore this leading. Do not treat this as another message. This is the one your soul was timed to receive." Today is not an ordinary day. December 3 is marked in the spirit as a threshold, one you are crossing whether you realize it or not. There is a word coming toward you through a human vessel, a voice you may not expect, but it will carry a message that feels as though it was spoken straight out of heaven. But that word can only take root in a heart that has been prepared, awakened, and aligned. That is why you are here. Listen closely. There are moments in life when heaven interrupts your routine, when God places a pause on the noise around you and whispers, "Pay attention." Something is about to break open. That is exactly what today is. Archangel Michael reveals that a shift took place over you overnight. A divine stirring, a correction of your path, a realignment of your steps. You may not have felt it, but the spiritual realm adjusted itself around you, protecting you, positioning you, pushing you toward destiny. And because of that shift, someone is being prompted, right now, to speak a prophetic word to you. Not to confuse you, not to scare you, but to confirm something God has already planted inside your spirit, but you haven't fully recognized. But before that word arrives, heaven wants to open your eyes. You have been carrying questions that have sat heavy on your chest. Questions you whisper when you are alone. Questions that felt unanswered for too long. Archangel Michael says heaven has heard every one of them. And the prophetic word coming your way will address what has been troubling your heart. It will confirm what you suspected. It will reveal what was hidden. It will uncover what was delayed. And it will strengthen what was fragile. But this moment is heaven preparing your spirit so that when that word reaches you, you won't dismiss it. You won't doubt it. You won't run from it. You will recognize it. Because today, something sacred is unfolding for you. There has been a spiritual struggle around your life and you felt it. You felt the confusion, the sudden heaviness, the unexpected emotional waves, the strange pressure in the atmosphere. That wasn't random. Archangel Michael has been battling on your behalf, shielding you from a whisper of discouragement that was meant to blind you right before your breakthrough. And now he stands, guarding you, clearing the path for what's coming. Heaven is asking you to stay awake today. Be alert. Be sensitive. Because the person carrying this prophetic word might reach you in an unexpected moment, through a conversation, a message, a stranger, or someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. But the moment they speak, something inside you will vibrate, and your spirit will say, "This was meant for me." But hear this clearly. You were led to this message first because your spirit needed to be positioned, softened, awakened, and aligned. Without this preparation, the word coming toward you may have felt confusing. But now, you will recognize it like a key that fits the lock of your soul. Archangel Michael is telling you, today marks the moment heaven interrupts your ordinary path. Do not overlook the signs. Do not silence your intuition. The divine is drawing near to you. And as this day unfolds, something inside you will shift. You may feel a sudden peace, a sudden awareness, a sudden warmth, or a sudden urgency. These are signs. These are divine nudges. These are confirmations. You are being prepared. You are being guided. You are being aligned. And something important is reaching you today. Before this day ends, you will remember these words. And when the prophetic word comes, you will know it was heaven pursuing you all along. Hold on, because what unfolds next is going to open your eyes wider than you ever expected. Type by a line with heaven's timing in the comments if this is touching your spirit. Blessing code 441 has just been released. Before you move ahead, stay with me. The revelation that follows will make everything click. My dear chosen one, there is a reason your spirit has not settled today. There is a reason the state keeps echoing in your inner world. December 3, a day set apart long before you ever lived it. Heaven has been guiding you step by step, and now Archangel Michael moves closer, his presence like a shield of fierce light around you. He comes not to startle you, but to steady you. He comes because what you are walking into requires clarity, discernment, and spiritual readiness. And he knows that unless your heart is awakened at this very moment, you might misunderstand the significance of the encounter approaching you. You must understand that heaven rarely warns you before something ordinary. Warnings come before opportunity, revelation, restoration, and destiny. The prophetic word coming towards you today is not random. It is timed. It is targeted. It is intentional. It is being delivered because something in your life has reached a turning point. Something that once felt stuck has begun to shift. Something that felt blocked has started to loosen. Something that was delayed is finally moving again. This prophetic word you will hear is not meant to entertain your curiosity. It is meant to confirm what heaven has already been forming around you. Archangel Michael reveals that for the past few weeks, your inner world has been in conflict. You felt torn between decisions. You felt pressure without clear reason. You felt a strange spiritual stirring waking you up at odd moments. You even sensed that something was changing behind the scenes, but you couldn't fully interpret what it meant. This confusion wasn't a sign of weakness. It was a sign of transition. You were shifting realms without realizing it. Heaven was rearranging the pieces of your life, moving you out of an old season and into a new one, and your spirit could feel the movement even when your mind couldn't understand it. But today, December 3, the veil is thinner. The clarity is closer. The message is near. What you are about to receive from another person is a prophetic spark. Something heaven is dropping through human lips to awaken something ancient inside you. This message may come from someone familiar, or it may come from someone unexpected, someone you least expect to carry such a word. But when it comes, it will feel strangely personal, shockingly accurate, deeply piercing, and spiritually undeniable. The words will feel alive, almost as if they were waiting for you long before you ever heard them. But here is what heaven needs you to know. Not everyone who speaks into your life today carries heaven's voice. This is why you were brought to this message first. This is why Archangel Michael stands near you now. Discernment is being stirred inside you. Your intuition, which has been dormant under the weight of stress and doubt, is being sharpened again. You will recognize the true prophetic voice not by emotion, but by resonance. When the right word comes, your spirit will react before your mind does. You may feel chills, warmth, pressure in your chest, or a sudden quietness inside your thoughts. This is how heaven signals that the message is authentic. Archangel Michael shows that someone has been observing your journey, someone who has sensed your struggles, your resilience, and your hidden prayers. This person may not have known why they felt drawn to speak to you, but they were being nudged. They were being guided. They were being positioned. Heaven has been touching hearts in silence, preparing vessels who will carry the confirmation you need. You may be surprised by who delivers this message, but the surprise itself is divine. Heaven loves to use unexpected messengers to reveal expected breakthroughs. Yet, there is a deeper layer. Before this prophetic word reaches you, certain spiritual distractions needed to be quieted. Your heart was carrying too much heaviness. Your mind was carrying too many what-ifs. Your soul was carrying too many unanswered concerns. These weights, if left unaddressed, would have made you dismiss the very message sent to help you. So heaven brought you here to lift the fog, calm the noise, and steady your spirit. You are being spiritually aligned so you can receive clearly, without the interference of fear, anxiety, or doubt. Archangel Michael whispers that you have been protected from something recently, something you may not even realize yet. A distraction that could have drained your energy. A situation that could have shifted your focus. A connection that could have derailed your clarity. Heaven stepped in quietly, rallying you before you stepped into something that was not meant for your destiny. That divine redirection is part of why this prophetic encounter is coming. It will give you understanding. It will give you answers. It will give you confirmation that heaven truly has been guarding your steps. Today is not simply about hearing a prophetic word. It is about receiving divine alignment. It is about understanding where you stand. It is about knowing where you are being guided next. You may not see the full picture yet, but something inside you is awakening even now. Peace is returning. Clarity is sharpening. Discernment is rising. Your spirit is preparing for what's coming. Do not rush this moment. Do not underestimate today. Something crucial is unfolding, and you are in the center of it. Stay sensitive. Stay aware. Heaven is moving closer with each hour of this day. And what comes next will pull back the curtain on everything that has been stirring around you. If your spirit is sensing this shift, type "My spirit is ready" in the comments. Blessing code 558 has been activated for those who acknowledge it. Hold on, because the next revelation is where the deeper truth finally breaks open. Beloved soul, there is a stirring around you right now unlike anything you have felt in recent months. You may notice your thoughts wandering back to unfinished questions, unresolved emotions, and hidden desires that you tried to put aside. You may even sense that something in the atmosphere feels quietly alive, as if the air itself is holding its breath. This is not imagination. This is not a coincidence. This is heaven preparing the environment around you for an encounter that has already been written in the spiritual realm. Archangel Michael stands firmly near you, and his presence is pushing away the interference that tried to cloud your heart before this divine moment arrives. You must understand something deeper. Prophetic encounters rarely happen in chaos. Heaven first calms the environment, steadies the heart, and focuses the spirit. That is exactly what is happening to you today. You may have noticed that certain distractions suddenly fell away. Certain people became quiet, or certain anxieties simply lost their grip. These sudden shifts are not random. They are heaven's way of clearing your spiritual frequency so the message coming toward you can be heard with accuracy, not distortion. Archangel Michael reveals that the prophetic word set to reach you carries more than information. It carries activation. It is not meant to simply tell you something. It is meant to unlock something. It is meant to pull you into your next season. It is meant to wake up parts of you that were silenced by disappointment and exhaustion. And because of the nature of this word, heaven has been preparing you layer by layer, moment by moment, thought by thought. Every stirring you have felt, every sudden calm, every moment of reflection that appeared out of nowhere. These were heavenly nudges pulling your spirit into alignment. There is something else unfolding. Someone has been wrestling with the urge to speak to you. They may not even know why they feel drawn. They may not understand the magnitude of what they carry. But heaven has been pressing on their spirit. The message forming in their heart is not theirs. It is being placed inside them for you. And as the hours of this day unfold, that pressure will grow stronger until they finally obey the prompting. But heaven needed you to know this beforehand so you do not treat their words lightly. The prophetic confirms what heaven is already orchestrating in your life. An archangelic protection is ensuring you hear the right voice, not the wrong one. For a long time, you have been walking with questions that felt too heavy to speak aloud. You kept some things hidden, even from the people closest to you. You wondered if heaven remembered you, if your prayers were being heard, if your tears were being noticed. But the prophetic word coming today is heaven's response. It is not an answered prayer. It is delayed timing coming into fulfillment. The prophetic will pick up the very thread you thought God had forgotten. You will notice something important. The person who approaches you today or in the next waking hours will not bring fear, confusion, or pressure. Heaven does not speak through chaos. Instead, the message will carry clarity, alignment, and peace, even if the word challenges you. A true prophetic word will stir your spirit, not trouble it. It will ignite hope, not suffocate it. And as Archangel Michael stands guard beside you, you will know instantly whether the voice is from God or not. There is a reason you were brought to this message before the prophetic word reaches you. Heaven needed to remove every layer of doubt that was trying to suffocate your spiritual sensitivity. You have been second-guessing yourself. You have been underestimating your ability to hear God. You have been questioning your discernment. But the truth is, your spirit has been awake even when your emotions were tired. Heaven never stopped speaking. You were just drowning in noise. And now that the noise has been silenced, your spirit is ready again. Archangel Michael shows a powerful vision, a door closing behind you. That door represents an old pattern, an old season, an old weight that no longer has authority over your life. The prophetic word coming today will confirm that you are stepping into something new. It will speak directly to the very area where you felt the most resistance. It will address the situation where you felt the most confusion. It will illuminate the place where the enemy tried to cloud your judgment. Heaven is not only sending a word, heaven is sending direction. And you must stay spiritually awake, because when the right voice speaks, you will feel the shift instantly. Your heart will steady. Your breath will deepen. Your awareness will sharpen. Your spirit will whisper, "This is the one." Hold on to this truth. The prophetic word is not coming to disrupt your life, but to realign it. Not to overwhelm you, but to strengthen you. Not to confuse you, but to guide you. Heaven is orchestrating today with precision, and Archangel Michael is ensuring nothing interferes with the divine flow reaching you. Stay attentive. The moment you hear this prophetic word, everything you have been sensing internally will suddenly make sense. If this message is resonating with your spirit, type "I welcome the prophetic" in the comments. Blessing code 993 has just been opened over those who receive it. Before moving forward, hold still for a moment. You are stepping into a divine unfolding, and the next revelation will take you deeper. Like, share, comment, hype this message, and subscribe to keep this prophetic flow reaching more souls who truly need it. Beloved one, as this message prepares you for the prophetic encounter appointed for your life, I want to speak directly to your spirit. When you support this mission, you are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into the very field where God is awakening hearts. Your offering becomes a seed that heaven uses to carry light into places where darkness has been settling. Just as rivers part before those who walk with divine purpose, your support becomes the oil that keeps this message flowing across nations. I feel prompted to say this. If your heart is being stirred, it is because God is using you as a vessel of restoration in someone else's life. This moment is prophetic, and your giving becomes an act of obedience that heaven honors. Every giver is covered in a blessing of increase, for God multiplies what is sown in faith. Step boldly. Super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description. Let this be your moment of divine impact. A loved vessel of light, as you step deeper into this unfolding moment. Something within you is becoming more aware, more sensitive, more spiritually alert. You may feel as if your inner world is expanding, as if you can suddenly sense things you couldn't articulate before. This is not accidental. This is the spiritual preparation heaven has been orchestrating around you. On this day, December 3, a divine alignment is taking place, and Archangel Michael is ensuring your heart is ready for what is coming. The prophetic word approaching your life is not entering a neutral environment. It is entering a heart heaven has carefully prepared. In these hours, you may notice that small things feel unusually significant. A conversation, a phrase, a moment of silence, a strange inner pull. It may feel as though something invisible is guiding your attention, drawing your awareness to things that feel meaningful without explanation. This sensation is part of the preparation. Heaven is tuning your internal frequency so you can recognize the voice of the divine when it reaches you through another person. Your spirit is being strengthened so that when the prophetic word comes, you hear it with clarity instead of confusion. Archangel Michael reveals something profound. There has been a spiritual attempt to distract you right before this moment. A wave of tiredness, confusion, misalignment, or even emotional heaviness may have tried to cloud your perception. But the reason you are reading this message is because heaven intervened. A divine hand pulled you back onto the right path. A protective shield was placed over your thoughts. The interference was dismantled before it could take root. This is why your spirit feels clearer now. Heaven wanted nothing to obstruct your ability to receive what is coming. The prophetic word approaching you today carries a specific purpose. It is not vague. It is not general. It is not random. It is targeted to a question you've been wrestling with in silence. A question you may have shared with no one. A question you've carried inside your heart like a sealed envelope. Heaven has seen that question. Heaven has heard that quiet cry. Heaven has watched you wonder, hesitate, and hope. The prophetic word will speak directly into that hidden area with precision, almost as if the messenger has been reading the notes written in your soul. But before that word arrives, something deeper must be acknowledged. Your spirit has been in warfare. Not warfare with people, circumstances, or situations, but warfare with doubt. A subtle, persistent doubt that has followed you for months, whispering at the edges of your confidence. Doubt about your purpose. Doubt about your prayers. Doubt about your timing. Doubt about whether you are still aligned with destiny. And though you tried to stay strong, the weight of this doubt slowed your spiritual sensitivity. That is why Archangel Michael has been pressing so closely around you. His mission today is not only to protect you, but to remove the doubt that has been clouding your spiritual vision. His presence brings clarity where confusion once stood. His light reveals what darkness tried to hide. His authority shifts the atmosphere so your heart can discern truth with accuracy. Heaven does not want you receiving a prophetic word through a fog of uncertainty. You are being recalibrated, centered, realigned. In this alignment, you may notice that certain memories are resurfacing, moments from your past that suddenly feel relevant again, conversations that now carry new meaning, dreams you once dismissed, signs you overlooked. This is not nostalgia. This is revelation rising. Heaven is connecting threads you didn't realize were part of the same tapestry. The prophetic message coming toward you will tie these threads together with clarity you've been waiting for. You may also notice that your intuition feels sharper today. You may sense the atmosphere more than usual. You may feel a quiet certainty beneath your thoughts. This is your spirit being awakened. This is your inner knowing being restored. Heaven wants you to trust that inner voice again, because when the prophetic word reaches you, something inside you will immediately confirm that it is real. And here is a divine truth you must hold. Not every message is meant for your spirit. That is why you were brought here first. Heaven needed to sharpen your discernment so you could distinguish between noise and revelation. A true prophetic word carries alignment. It carries peace. It carries light. It carries direction. It carries confirmation. When the right message approaches you today, it will resonate so deeply that you will feel as though your spirit recognizes it before your mind processes it. Archangel Michael shows a moment that will unfold soon. A stillness, a pause, a sudden awareness that something meaningful is about to happen. You will feel it. Your spirit will sense the shift before anything is spoken. And when the message comes through the person appointed to deliver it, you will know instantly, this is the divine appointment heaven prepared me for. This is why the atmosphere has been shifting. This is why I was directed to this message first. You are approaching a moment of spiritual precision, and heaven is guiding your steps with sacred intention. All the internal shifts you are feeling are signs that something powerful is aligning for you today. If your spirit feels this divine preparation, type "I am being aligned" in the comments. Blessing code 774 is released over those who declare it. Hold steady. Your next revelation carries the unveiling of what your soul has been waiting to understand. Precious one of destiny, as this sacred day continues unfolding, you may begin to sense a quiet pressure building inside you, not a negative weight, but a divine pull, a spiritual tug. This inner stirring is not meant to unsettle you. It is meant to awaken a deeper sensitivity to the voice of heaven. Something in the unseen realm is shifting into perfect alignment with your life, and Archangel Michael is standing near, ensuring that nothing disrupts the clarity you are meant to receive before the prophetic word arrives. There is a moment today that heaven has already marked for you. A moment when time will feel slightly different. You might experience a pause in conversation, a moment of unusual silence, or an interruption in your routine that feels strangely purposeful. When this moment comes, do not dismiss it. That pause is heaven adjusting your atmosphere so your spirit can receive the message destined for you. It is a sign that your steps are being divinely guided, not by accident, but by precise heavenly timing. Archangel Michael reveals that the prophetic word approaching you today is more than a message. It is a turning point. For some time now, you have been carrying the weight of uncertainty about your next step. You have been searching for clarity, scanning your life for signs, trying to interpret the whispers of your spirit. But the clarity you desire is not just about knowing what comes next. It is about understanding why certain things had to unfold the way they did. The prophetic word is coming to bring closure to confusion and direction to uncertainty. You may not realize it yet, but your spirit has been in a silent repositioning. You have been shifting out of one season and into another without fully recognizing the change. This is why certain relationships started feeling distant, certain routines lost their meaning, certain desires faded, and certain conversations no longer resonated with you. Heaven was closing old chapters quietly so the new chapter would not be clouded by old attachments. Today, December 3, is the day that marks the beginning of this new spiritual chapter. The prophetic word will speak directly to that shift. It will address the transition you've been sensing but could not explain. It will bring language to what you've been feeling deeply yet silently. It will confirm the direction your spirit has been nudging you toward. And because of the significance of this message, Archangel Michael has been guarding your emotional space, removing distractions and clearing internal noise, so you can hear the divine with clarity and boldness. You may notice that your heart feels unusually open today. Maybe you're more reflective, more emotionally aware, or more spiritually sensitive than usual. This is not just a mood. This is the presence of heaven settling over you. Your heart is being softened so that when the prophetic message reaches you, your spirit can absorb it fully, not half-heartedly, not cautiously, but with complete spiritual reception. Archangel Michael shows that part of your preparation today involves releasing something you've been holding onto too tightly. It may be a fear, a memory, a disappointment, or even a hope that you've tried to protect by yourself. But heaven is saying that the prophetic word will not only address your present, it will heal a part of your past. Sometimes clarity doesn't come because we're waiting for a new answer, but because we're still holding onto an old wound. Today, that wound begins to lose its power. Today, heaven begins to heal the root beneath your confusion. There is another layer unfolding. Heaven has been watching someone whose heart is being stirred to speak to you. This person has felt a spiritual nudge, a soft pressure, a pull they cannot fully explain. They may have hesitated, unsure if the message they feel is truly meant for you. But the longer this day unfolds, the stronger the prompting will become. Heaven is pressing on them gently but firmly. The word they carry is not theirs. They are merely the vessel chosen for this moment. And when they finally release the message, it will carry both accuracy and anointing. You are being prepared not just to hear the prophetic word, but to recognize its authenticity. Heaven knows that you have been discerning, cautious, even protective of your spirit. And that is good. It means you are listening with wisdom. Heaven honors your desire to avoid deception. But that is why your spirit is being sharpened today, so when the true word reaches you, there will be no confusion, no hesitation, no doubt. You will know. Your spirit will confirm it instantly. The revelation approaching you will not come to pressure you, but to position you. It will not come to frighten you, but to free you. It will not come to disrupt your peace, but to deepen it. The atmosphere around your life is being prepared so that when this message arrives, it plants itself in fertile soil. Your heart, awakened and ready. Take note of how you feel throughout this day. Notice the inner shifts. Notice the divine nudges. Notice the moments that feel unusually meaningful. These are signs that the encounter is drawing closer. Heaven has orchestrated this day for you. And the prophetic word coming is the key to something your soul has been waiting to unlock. If this preparation resonates within your spirit, type "I receive my alignment" in the comments. Blessing code 665 is flowing over those who declare it. Stay present now, because the unveiling that follows next carries a depth your heart has been longing for. Beloved heart, you may have noticed that as this day progresses, your inner atmosphere is shifting in a way that feels both mysterious and strangely comforting. It is as if something deep within you is awakening from a long spiritual sleep. You may feel an unexpected calm, or perhaps a quiet anticipation you cannot fully explain. This sensation is not accidental. It is the result of a divine preparation that has been intensifying around you since this morning. Heaven is aligning every detail with precision, And Archangel Michael is ensuring that your spirit remains open, steady, and receptive as the moment of your prophetic encounter draws closer. There is a sacred urgency in the air around your life. It is not the urgency of fear, but the urgency of destiny, a pull that tells your spirit something important is about to unfold. Archangel Michael reveals that you are standing on the threshold of a revelation that has been long delayed, but never denied. For months, perhaps even years, you have carried certain unanswered questions, unresolved emotions, and unspoken desires. You've wondered why certain things happened, why certain things fell apart, and why certain opportunities never materialized. Today, December 3, marks the beginning of clarity unraveling the confusion you have quietly carried. Heaven has been preparing a messenger for you. This messenger, whether they realize it or not, is becoming more and more aware of a divine pressure building within their spirit. They feel drawn toward you without understanding why. They feel a sense of spiritual responsibility concerning you. They feel a message forming inside them that refuses to stay silent. Heaven has chosen them not because of their perfection, but because their spirit is sensitive enough to deliver what you need with purity and accuracy. But before this word reaches you, Heaven must ensure that your internal world is aligned. You cannot receive a prophetic message with clarity if your heart is clouded by emotional noise. That is why these past few hours have felt unusually reflective. Memories resurfacing, thoughts becoming louder, feelings rising unexpectedly. These are not random waves. These are layers being lifted from your spirits so you can receive without distortion. Heaven is clearing the fog from your soul so the light of truth can land without resistance. Archangel Michael shows that your life has recently been going through what looks like divine reorganization. People shifting in or out of your life. Routines changing. Priorities rearranging. Even your desires have begun to shift. This is not instability. This is repositioning. Heaven is removing what would block your clarity and strengthening what will support your destiny. Think of it like spiritual pruning. What is unnecessary is being cut away so what is destined can grow without hindrance. The prophetic word coming toward you today will address this very shift. It will confirm things you sensed but could not articulate. It will bring language to thoughts you kept buried. It will expose truths you felt internally but had no proof of externally. And it will bring a sense of peace that feels like a deep exhale for your soul. But here is something heaven wants you to grasp. You may not receive the prophetic message in the way you expect. It may not come in a soft spiritual tone. It may not come wrapped in biblical language. It may not even come from someone you consider deeply spiritual. Heaven often uses unexpected vessels to deliver the most precise messages. What matters is not the appearance of the messenger, but the resonance of the message. When you hear it, something inside you will awaken instantly. Your heart will recognize it before your mind does. You will feel alignment. You will feel clarity. You will feel peace. You will feel the weight of divine truth settling inside you. Archangel Michael reveals that this moment today is connected to something much larger than you realize. You are stepping into a new phase of your spiritual identity. A new level of awareness. A new dimension of sensitivity. The prophetic word will not only confirm your next step, it will activate the spiritual gifts that have been dormant inside you. Gifts you may have sensed but never fully stepped into. Gifts you question. Gifts you sometimes doubted were real in your life. But heaven is saying that today marks the beginning of your awakening. You may also feel a sudden desire to withdraw into quiet moments today. This isn't isolation. This is spiritual preparation. Heaven is pulling you away from unnecessary noise so the truth can land in your spirit without obstruction. If you find yourself craving silence, honor it. Your soul is preparing to receive. There is a hidden layer to what is unfolding. Heaven is not simply sending you a message. Heaven is sending you confirmation after a long season of spiritual contradiction. You have been wrestling with two versions of your reality, the one you see and the one you feel. The prophetic word coming today will bridge those two realms, aligning your life with the truth heaven has been whispering to you for months. And once you receive it, something inside you will release. A burden, a fear, a question, a heaviness you didn't even realize you were carrying. This message is coming to free you. Stay spiritually alert today. Pay attention to the nudges, the conversations, the pauses, the unexpected words. Your moment is drawing near, and heaven is still preparing the atmosphere around you. If your heart feels this unfolding, type "I am ready" for the revealing in the comments. Blessing code 322 is moving over those who declare it. Stay with this journey. What comes next will take you even deeper into the truth heaven has been waiting to show you. Beloved one walking under divine timing, as this sacred day continues unfolding, the spiritual atmosphere around you is becoming more defined, more focused, more charged with meaning. You may feel a subtle tightening in your awareness, a quiet sense that something is drawing near. It is not fear, not anxiety, just an inner knowing that you are preparing to step into a moment destined for you long before you even reach December 3. Archangel Michael is still near, his presence strong and steady, ensuring that the pathway leading to your prophetic encounter remains untouched by interference. There is a truth you must understand at this stage. Before God sends a prophetic word into your life, He shifts the environment around you. He rearranges your emotional state. He clears unnecessary noise from your heart. He breaks old patterns. He separates you from distractions. He loosens your grip on things that once felt essential but now hold no spiritual purpose. This cleansing is not punishment. It is preparation. It is heaven making space for what is coming. In these hours, you may notice that your thoughts are turning inward more frequently. You may find yourself contemplating things you normally avoid or revisiting memories you thought you had emotionally outgrown. This is not regression. This is revelation. Heaven is lifting old layers to make room for the clarity arriving with the prophetic word. You cannot step into your next season carrying the mental fog of the last one. That fog is lifting now. Heaven is sweeping through your inner world, preparing a clear space for divine truth to land without distortion. Archangel Michael shows something powerful. Your spirit has been more awake today than usual. Even if your body feels tired or your mind feels stretched, your inner awareness is heightened. You may have noticed small details you normally overlook. You may have sensed emotional shifts in people around you. You may have picked up on conversations, signs, or synchronicities with unusual sensitivity. This is because your spiritual senses, your intuition, your inner hearing, your inner sight are being activated. Heaven is sharpening your discernment, so when the chosen messenger speaks, you will recognize the voice behind their voice. You may not realize it, but for the last few weeks, you've been in spiritual preparation without even knowing it. Every moment of discomfort, every feeling of being out of place, every desire for change, every restless prayer, every silent tear, they were all indicators that something was shifting inside you. Your heart was being softened. Your faith was being stretched. Your spirit was being awakened. Heaven was preparing you for this exact day, for this exact moment, and for this exact message. And now, the hour is drawing near. Archangel Michael reveals that the person carrying this prophetic word has been feeling a growing sense of urgency today. They may have tried to ignore it. They may have questioned whether the message was truly from God. They may have wondered why their spirit keeps returning to thoughts of you. But heaven is persistent. The prompting within them will not fade. It will intensify until the message finds its way to you. They are being guided by an unseen hand, moved by a divine nudge they cannot shake. But here is the deeper truth. Heaven is preparing you to recognize authenticity. You have encountered people before who carried words that were not from God, words rooted in emotion, assumption, or even confusion. Those experiences made you cautious, protective, selective. Heaven honors that. Discernment is not a barrier, it is a shield. But today, heaven needs your heart open just wide enough to receive the real message when it arrives. The prophetic word coming your way will not feel chaotic. It will not bring fear. It will not stir anxiety. It will not confuse your direction. Instead, it will illuminate something that has been hidden. It will confirm what your spirit has whispered for months. It will give voice to something your heart has felt but could not articulate. It will bring relief to a weight you have carried in silence. And most importantly, it will shift your perspective from uncertainty to divine clarity. You may feel a sudden warmth in your chest today, or a deep breath that feels strangely cleansing, or a moment where time feels slower than usual. These are spiritual signals. Heaven is touching your awareness. Heaven is preparing your emotions. Heaven is steadying your heart. When the message arrives, your spirit will instantly recognize the divine fingerprints on it. Archangel Michael also reveals that you are stepping into a moment of personal revelation that goes beyond the prophetic word itself. This message will not just confirm a situation, it will awaken your identity. It will remind you who you were before disappointment tried to blur your confidence. It will point you toward a future that once felt unreachable. It will reveal that what you thought was delay was actually divine timing. You may even sense a quiet strength rising within you today. A strength that feels familiar yet newly awakened. This is your spiritual alignment returning. This is your courage rising. This is your clarity resurfacing. Heaven is restoring what life tried to dim inside you. The messenger is drawing closer. The moment is being arranged. The word is forming with clarity. And your spirit is nearly ready. Stay aware. Stay sensitive. Stay receptive. You are moving into the exact moment heaven has prepared. If you feel this deep inner awakening, type "My spirit is listening" in the comments. Blessing code 414 is being released upon all who receive it. Hold steady. What unfolds next is the beginning of the revelation you have been waiting for. Beloved soul chosen for this moment, as this day deepens, the spiritual fabric around your life is becoming even more responsive to heaven's movement. You may have noticed that the pace of your thoughts has slowed, or perhaps your heart feels unusually sensitive. It is as though an invisible hand is guiding your inner world gently, preparing you for a moment that is approaching with sacred precision. December 3 is not simply a date. It is a divine marker. A spiritual appointment set long before you ever stepped into today. And Archangel Michael continues to stand watch, ensuring your spirit remains steady and open as the prophetic message draws nearer. Heaven wants you to understand something vital at this stage. Before a prophetic word comes, there is always a spiritual shift. You may notice random memories returning, emotions resurfacing without warning, or sudden clarity emerging in moments that seem ordinary. These inner movements are not accidental. They are signs. They are indicators that heaven is rearranging your internal landscape to make room for the revelation that is about to enter your life. You cannot carry an old mindset into a new word. You cannot hold yesterday's heaviness while receiving tomorrow's direction. That is why today feels different. Heaven is clearing space inside you. Archangel Michael reveals that your discernment is sharper right now than it has been in months. Even if you don't feel spiritually strong, your spirit is fully awake. You can sense shifts in the atmosphere. You can feel energies more clearly. You can perceive things that were once blurred by worry or fatigue. Your spiritual senses are being heightened so you can recognize the authenticity of the message that is coming. You will not be misled. You will not be deceived. Heaven is guarding your clarity. There is someone who has been feeling an unusual stirring regarding you today. They may have tried to brush it aside. They may have questioned whether their thoughts were just imagination. But heaven has been whispering to them. Prompting. A nudge. A persistent inner pull that keeps returning to the same truth. The message they carry is not theirs. It is for you. And the longer this day unfolds, the stronger this pressure becomes. This person may not know the full significance of what they are about to say, but heaven does. Heaven has chosen them because their spirit is sensitive enough to feel the divine prompting. And what they release to you will confirm more than a situation. It will confirm your identity, your purpose, your direction, your next step. Heaven needs your heart open and your spirit focused, because the prophetic word arriving soon will require your attention. It will require your clarity. It will require your willingness to receive without doubting yourself. That is why your emotions have been shifting today. That is why certain conversations feel heavier. That is why certain thoughts feel more meaningful. Your spirit is preparing. Archangel Michael shows that much of your recent internal struggle has not been attack. It has been transition. You have been shedding old fears, shedding old attachments, shedding old versions of yourself that no longer fit where God is taking you next. Sometimes growth feels like loss, not because you are losing anything essential, but because heaven is making room for what is destined. Every moment of discomfort you felt recently was not punishment, it was preparation. A prophetic message heading toward you will not feel like something new. It will feel like something your soul already knew, but could not articulate. It will awaken a deeper recognition rather than surprise. It will echo something God whispered to you long ago, something you buried because life became heavy. When this message reaches you, it will feel like a breath your spirit has been holding finally being released. Heaven wants you to know that the message you receive today will not only bring clarity, it will bring peace. It will bring the kind of peace that makes you stop questioning what God has already shown you. It will bring confirmation that lifts the weight of uncertainty off your shoulders. It will reaffirm the path you are meant to walk. And it will bring a sense of divine timing so clear that you will finally understand why certain doors remained closed until now. Archangel Michael whispers that in the next moments, or hours, you will feel an internal shift, a soft quietness settling in your chest, a sudden awareness that something is drawing close. This is your signal. This is the spiritual indicator that the moment heaven prepared is near. Pay attention to it. Honor it. When this stillness appears, know that the prophetic word is approaching. And when the message comes, you will not only hear it, you will feel it. You will recognize the divine fingerprints on it. You will sense heaven's breath in the words. You will know that this encounter has been orchestrated by the hand of God. Stay spiritually awake. Stay present. Stay open. Heaven is only inches away from the doorway of your life. If this resonates in your spirit, type "I am prepared for my word" in the comments. Blessing code 828 is released to those who acknowledge it. Before you continue, pause. What is coming next carries deeper revelation, and you do not want to miss it. Like, share, comment, Hype this message and subscribe so heaven's voice can reach the ones who are searching just like you. Beloved heart, as this prophetic preparation unfolds today, I feel led to speak to those who carry the weight of God's mission in their spirit. When you support this work, you are not fueling a platform. You are fueling the spread of heaven's voice across nations. This is the hour when God is awakening souls, and your seed becomes a stream of living water that reaches those who are spiritually thirsty. Heaven says, when you sow into light, you become a carrier of that same light. I feel prompted to declare that those who step forward in faith today will walk under an open heaven, because obedience always unlocks divine movement. Let your giving, whether through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, become your prophetic act of alignment. Blessings multiply where faith is planted. Step into it with boldness. Beloved one, walking under divine orchestration, as this sacred day continues unfolding, the atmosphere around you is thick with purpose. You may feel a stillness in moments, or an unexpected wave of awareness passing through your spirit. These sensations are not coincidences. They are signals. They are gentle spiritual nudges reminding you that you are being positioned for a moment written into the fabric of your destiny. December 3 is not behaving like an ordinary day, because heaven is not treating it like one. There is something moving toward you, something intentional, precise, and spiritually timed. Archangel Michael is closer now than at any other moment of this day. His presence is not simply protective. It is guiding, aligning, and preparing your inner world with the seriousness of a heavenly assignment. A prophetic message is drawing near, and heaven wants your heart in the right posture to receive it. You are not simply waiting for a message. You are being prepared to recognize truth when it appears. This preparation is the reason behind every spiritual whisper you have felt today. There is a specific reason heaven is being so intentional with you right now. This prophetic word is not meant to entertain your emotions. It is meant to break a spiritual cycle. For a long time, you have been standing at a crossroads, part of you sensing where God is leading, and another part unsure if you have interpreted correctly. You've been carrying the weight of unanswered spiritual impressions. You've been trying to understand dreams, signs, signals, feelings, and inner shifts that you could never quite piece together. This prophetic word coming to you today will not answer everything, but it will answer the thing your heart needs most right now. It will bring clarity to the center of your confusion. It will bring peace to the place where anxiety has lingered. It will bring confirmation to the direction your spirit has already been leaning toward. It will bring closure to something that has remained emotionally open for too long. Archangel Michael reveals that you have endured a spiritual tension that has not been visible to others. You've been wrestling internally, between faith and doubt, between surrender and fear, between patience and frustration. Yet even in your quiet struggle, heaven has been watching over you with precision. There were moments where you felt weak, but heaven saw strength. There were moments where you felt confused, but heaven saw sensitivity. There were moments where you felt unsure, but heaven saw readiness. And now, heaven says you are ready. The prophetic messenger being prepared for you is not being chosen randomly. Heaven has been watching their heart, their thoughts, their sensitivity, and their willingness to obey a prompting that may feel uncomfortable or unusual. They have been feeling a gentle but persistent pull toward you all day. They may not understand the full meaning behind what they sense, but the feeling refuses to leave. It grows stronger with each hour because heaven is guiding them exactly as heaven is preparing you. The message they carry will carry a tone you cannot ignore. It will strike a chord in your spirit that no ordinary conversation ever could. You will feel the weight of heaven in the words. You will feel the stillness of clarity. You will feel the recognition of truth. Your spirit will expand, as if something inside you finally finds its missing piece. But before this encounter takes place, heaven wants to address something deep within you: the fear of misinterpretation. For too long, you have been afraid of believing the wrong thing, afraid of trusting your intuition too quickly, afraid of mistaking your own emotions for God's voice, afraid of stepping forward and finding out you must read the signs. This fear has not been your enemy. It has been shaping your discernment. It has made your heart careful, and heaven honors that carefulness. This is why Archangel Michael has been working so intensely around your inner world today, to remove the fear that would make you question the divine when you hear it. The prophetic message coming to you will not appeal to your emotions. It will resonate with your spirit. It will not pull you backward. It will move you forward. It will not create confusion. It will eliminate it. Fear cannot interpret a prophetic word correctly, so heaven is removing that fear layer by layer. You may notice waves of peace appearing throughout your day without explanation. A sudden calmness. A deep breath that feels refreshing. A moment where your thoughts settle into clarity. These are signs that your spirit is aligning and your heart is softening. This alignment is not weakness. It is preparation. Heaven is preparing your emotional grounds so that when the prophetic seed arrives, it lands in soil ready to grow. Archangel Michael shows something else. The prophetic word coming to you will not only reveal something about your present, it will remind you of something heaven spoke to you long ago. Something you buried. Something you forgot. Something you dismissed because life became heavy. This message will revive what was dormant. It will awaken what was silent. It will reignite what was losing strength. And when the message reaches you, nothing in your environment will distract you. Time will seem to slow. The atmosphere will feel different. Your awareness will sharpen. Your heart will become still. When the prophetic word comes, your entire being will know this moment was written for you. Stay attentive. Stay open. Stay spiritually awake. The moment heaven has been preparing is drawing closer with each breath. If this message resonates deeply within you, type "My heart is open" in the comments. Blessing code 611 is released for those who respond. Hold on to this moment. What comes next will illuminate the pathway you've been searching for. The love's soul waiting on heaven's timing. As the hours of this day unfold, you may feel the atmosphere around you intensifying in ways that are difficult to explain. There is a quiet heaviness, not of burden, but of meaning. A sense that something is being arranged in the unseen realm. You may notice your thoughts drifting toward things you haven't revisited in a long while. Feelings rising from places you believed were already resolved. Memories resurfacing unexpectedly. This is not emotional instability. It is spiritual preparation. Heaven is surfacing what needs to be addressed so the prophetic word coming toward you can land in a heart that is ready, receptive, and aligned. Archangel Michael stands closer now than at any previous point in this journey. His presence is strong, steady, and protective, guiding you with a clarity you may not fully see yet but can certainly feel. He has been assigned to you today with a specific mission: to guard your discernment, to shield your heart from confusion, to ensure that the prophetic message arriving soon reaches you without interference. Heaven is not leaving this moment to chance. Everything is being orchestrated with divine precision. You may find yourself recognizing unusual patterns today. People saying things that feel oddly symbolic. A phrase standing out in a conversation. A sense of déjà vu. A moment where time seems slower, as if the world pauses around you. These are not coincidences. These are divine markers placed along your path to guide your spirit toward readiness. Heaven is letting you know that you are closer to your moment of encounter than you realize. The prophetic word approaching you is not an ordinary message. It carries the weight of spiritual truth you have been yearning for quietly, silently, even secretly. There are questions inside you that you have not voiced to anyone, not because you fear judgment, but because you were unsure how to articulate them. There are emotions you kept hidden because you believed no one would understand. There are decisions you've been delaying because your spirit needed direction, not pressure. The message coming your way will speak to these concealed places. Archangel Michael reveals that the person who will deliver this message has been experiencing their own inner stirring. They may have felt unusual thoughts about you today, a persistent sense of concern or empathy, a sudden awareness of your name or presence in their spirit. This is heaven working through them. Even if they do not recognize their role, they are being prompted. They are being prepared. They are being guided toward you by a divine impulse that will become impossible to ignore. This prophetic encounter is not random. It is not accidental. It is the result of divine timing and spiritual orchestration. For months, heaven has been weaving threads around your life. Threads of healing, threads of clarity, threads of awakening. And now, today, December 3, these threads are coming together. The prophetic word will not bring something foreign into your life. It will illuminate what has been growing beneath the surface. You may feel a quiet strength rising in you today. A strength that feels ancient, familiar, and deeply spiritual. This is your spirit recognizing that truth is drawing near. You may also feel a gentle loosening in areas where you once felt tension. Your chest softening, your breathing deepening, your thoughts slowing. This is heaven calming you so you do not misinterpret or bypass what is coming. Archangel Michael whispers that a shift occurred in your life recently, perhaps within the last few days, that you did not fully understand. A sudden change, a person's unexpected behavior, a decision you felt compelled to make, a door that closed faster than you anticipated. This was not chaos. It was divine repositioning. Heaven removed what would have blocked your clarity. Heaven closed what would have interfered with your discernment. Heaven moved what would have distorted the prophetic message you are about to receive. This moment has been prepared carefully. The prophetic word coming your way will carry 3 layers: recognition, revelation, and release. You will first recognize it as truth, not because it sounds impressive, but because your spirit will resonate deeply with it. The message will echo what heaven has been whispering to you in dreams, in signs, in sudden intuition. Then it will bring revelation, clarity in areas you've questioned, direction in spaces you've been unsure about, and confirmation in decisions you have been hesitant to make. Finally, it will bring release, a lifting of a burden, a breaking of emotional heaviness, and a freeing of something that has been constricting your spirit for too long. This moment today is not simply about hearing a message. It is about unlocking what has been spiritually sealed until the right time, until this time. Heaven wants you to notice the shifts around you in this final stretch of the day. Notice who crosses your path. Notice who reaches out. Notice who speaks with unusual intention. Notice who suddenly appears in your awareness. These movements are not random. They are divine alignments. When the prophetic message reaches you, it may come softly. It may come unexpectedly. It may come through someone you least anticipate. But when it comes, everything inside you will know. This is it. This is the message heaven prepared me for. This is the moment my spirit has been sensing all day. Stay aware. Stay open. Stay aligned. You are closer than you realize. If your spirit feels this alignment rising within you, type "I am in position" in the comments. Blessing code 909 is released over those who respond in faith. Remain present now. What comes next will draw back the veil even further. Beloved soul standing on the edge of revelation, as this day deepens into its final chapters, something inside you is beginning to settle, even if the world around you remains unchanged. This settling is not resignation, it is alignment. It is the calm that comes right before understanding breaks open. Heaven has been shaping this moment with extraordinary precision, and Archangel Michael continues to walk beside you, guarding your perception, your clarity, and the sensitivity of your spirit. You are closer now than you have been at any other moment. Today, the prophetic encounter is no longer approaching. It is hovering near the threshold of your reality. You may notice a shift in how you perceive everything around you. Simple words feel heavier. Ordinary moments feel meaningful. Conversations feel layered. Even silence feels charged with possibility. This is your spirit recognizing the nearness of something sacred. Heaven often speaks the loudest in the moments when everything external becomes quiet. And today, December 3, heaven has led you into a stillness designed for revelation. Archangel Michael reveals something profound about your inner world. For a long time, you have been living with questions you never fully voiced. Questions not born of doubt, but of longing. A longing to understand what God is doing behind the scenes. A longing to know whether the path you are walking is still aligned with the divine. A longing to feel seen, guided, and confirmed by heaven itself. These longings were not overlooked. They were heard. They were collected. They were honored. And heaven has been preparing this prophetic moment as heaven's response. The prophetic word approaching you does not come to place new burdens on your shoulders. It comes to lift the old ones. It comes to relieve the weight of uncertainty that has pressed against your chest. It comes to break the mental cycle you've been trapped in, wondering whether you have misunderstood the signs, whether you misread God's timing, whether you missed a step somewhere. Heaven is saying you did not miss anything. You did not fall behind. You are exactly where you need to be for this moment to find you. You may feel an unusual sharpness in your intuition today, almost as if your spirit can sense things before they happen. This is not imagination. This is spiritual attunement. Heaven has been heightening your senses so you can feel the prophetic wave before it touches you. Spiritual sensitivity is always a precursor to divine communication. What you're feeling now is the nearness of revelation. Archangel Michael also reveals that the messenger who will approach you today or in the hours ahead is experiencing their own internal wrestling. They may be battling uncertainty, questioning whether they should speak, unsure if the feeling inside them is truly from God. But heaven is strengthening them. Heaven is clarifying their thoughts. Heaven is giving them the courage to step forward. Their obedience is part of their own spiritual unfolding, just as your readiness is part of yours. The message they carry will not be random. It will not be vague. It will not be something that could apply to anyone. It will be precise. It will strike a spiritual nerve. It will touch the exact area where your heart has been quietly aching. And you will feel the accuracy of it not in your mind first, but in your spirit. Your body may react. You may feel warmth, chills, stillness, a tightening in your chest, or a sudden peace. These reactions are signals that heaven's truth is connecting with your inner self. There is something else heaven wants to address before this encounter takes place. You have been carrying a fear, sometimes silent, sometimes loud, that your hopes may mislead you. A fear that your desire for confirmation might make you interpret ordinary words as divine signals. But heaven is saying, today will be different. Today you will feel the distinction. You will recognize divine truth before you even analyze it. You will feel the difference between a human thought and a heavenly revelation. Archangel Michael has been clearing your emotional landscape all day for this very reason. He has been removing the noise that once drowned out your spiritual sensitivity. He has been calming the internal turbulence. He has been restoring the quietness of your soul so you can receive with clarity. You are not just being prepared for a message, you are being prepared for recognition. And here is the truth that heaven whispers into your spirit now. The prophetic word coming to you will not simply answer a question. It will realign your direction. It will shift something inside you. It will open your vision. It will reconnect you with what heaven has been building behind the scenes. You are stepping into the moment where what you felt spiritually finally becomes visible. As this day edges closer to the prophetic moment heaven has orchestrated, pay attention to the final signs. A pause in conversation. A sudden calm. An unexpected contact. A moment where time feels slower. These are the footprints of your divine appointment approaching. Your spirit knows. Your heart knows. Heaven knows. And now the message is almost here. If this resonates with what your spirit has been sensing, type "I am ready to receive" in the comments. Blessing code 313 is released upon those who declare it. Hold your spirit steady. The unveiling you've been waiting for is closer than ever. Beloved child of divine alignment, as this sacred day reaches its final and most important stretch, the atmosphere around you is no longer simply shifting. It is vibrating. Something deep within your spirit feels both still and alive at the same time. It is the tension between what has been and what is about to be. Heaven has been preparing you layer by layer, moment by moment, hour by hour, and now Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your destiny with a certainty that echoes through the unseen realm. The prophetic word you have been prepared to receive is no longer distant. It is no longer forming. It is no longer approaching. It is here, hovering just outside the doorway of your awareness, ready to reveal what heaven has waited to speak into your life. You may feel a strange calm in your chest, as though your spirit is exhaling for the first time in a long while. Or you may feel an unusual alertness, a rising anticipation that you cannot explain logically. This is the final signal, the last indicator that your spirit is aligned with heaven's frequency. What you sense right now is the nearness of truth. Not emotional truth. Not circumstantial truth. Divine truth. Truth that has been traveling toward you long before December 3 ever appeared on your calendar. Archangel Michael reveals that everything you have felt today, every subtle shift, every internal nudge, every wave of emotion, every moment of stillness, was heaven's way of preparing the soil of your soul. A prophetic word cannot take root in a cluttered heart. It cannot anchor itself in a mind tangled with distractions. It cannot reveal its depth to a spirit burdened by fear. That is why heaven has spent this entire day clearing you, grounding you, and aligning you. You are no longer the version of yourself who woke up this morning. You have been spiritually refined into someone able to receive the depth of the message coming your way. The person chosen to deliver this message is closer to speaking than ever. All day long, heaven has been tugging at their spirit, applying gentle pressure, sharpening their awareness, and steering their thoughts toward you. They may have been resisting the prompting earlier, unsure, hesitant, even confused by the sudden intensity. But heaven's voice has been growing more insistent. And now, as the day enters this sacred stretch, the messenger is reaching the point where they can no longer ignore the pull. They will speak. They must speak. Heaven will not allow the word to remain unspoken. When the prophetic message reaches you, it will feel strangely familiar. Not because the messenger knows your private world, but because heaven has already whispered fragments of this truth into your dreams, your intuition, your sudden insights, your quiet prayers. The word will not surprise your spirit. It will confirm what your spirit already knew. It will feel like a divine puzzle piece clicking into place. Suddenly, the confusion you carried will dissolve. The hesitation you felt will fall away. The uncertainty will quiet. And your heart will settle into a knowing that cannot be shaken. Archangel Michael shows that the meaning of this prophetic word will not be shallow. It will touch the deepest part of your story. It may address your relationships, your purpose, your direction, your healing, your emotional wounds, your next step, or the spiritual gifts inside you that heaven is ready to activate. Whatever it speaks into, it will not touch the surface. It will touch the root. You will feel it like a spiritual chord being struck. You will feel it vibrate into the places where you've needed clarity the most. This prophetic word will not arrive to complicate your journey. It will arrive to simplify it. Heaven is removing guesswork from your path. You have spent a long season trying to interpret signs, trying to piece together spiritual impressions, trying to understand dreams without full clarity. But today, that fog ends. When this word reaches you, it will shine a light so clear, so pure, so timely that confusion will lose its grip instantly. Archangel Michael whispers a profound truth. This prophetic encounter is the beginning of a new chapter for you. A chapter marked by clarity rather than confusion, movement rather than stagnation, confidence rather than hesitation. The word you receive today will set the tone for the days and weeks ahead. It will direct your decisions. It will shape your prayers. It will sharpen your faith. It will awaken dormant strength. And it will open doors that heaven has been positioning quietly behind the scenes. There is one more thing you must know. When the message comes, receive it fully. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt yourself. Do not minimize what heaven is revealing. This moment is not random. It is strategic. It is sacred. It is divinely timed. Heaven has entrusted you with this encounter because you are spiritually ready for it. You are no longer who you were. You have been prepared for this exact revelation. Stay present in these final moments of the day. Stay spiritually alert. The messenger may come through a conversation, a call, a message, a chance encounter, or a moment you could never anticipate. But when it comes, your spirit will recognize it immediately. And the moment you receive it, your life will shift. If your spirit feels the closeness of this divine appointment, type "I receive what heaven has sent" in the comments. Blessing code 1555 is now released to those who declare it. Like, share, comment, hype this message, and subscribe so this prophetic flow continues touching those who desperately need heaven's voice. Beloved one, as this prophetic journey reaches its sacred conclusion, I speak directly from the heart of the message you've just received. When you support this work, you are not giving to a person. You are strengthening the very stream through which God's prophetic voice flows into the lives of those who feel forgotten, unseen, or spiritually hungry. The word says that those who water others will themselves be watered, and today heaven calls you a vessel of living water. I feel led to say this. Your support becomes a prophetic act, a seed that heaven multiplies into breakthrough for you and purity of revelation for others. This message carries the same theme as the title. What you do now becomes part of the divine unfolding for countless souls. Step boldly with super thanks, membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, and watch how heaven responds to your obedience. Let your giving become your declaration, that you stand with the light God is spreading through this space. Heaven blesses every hand that partners with his mission.